Meta. Meta means referring to oneself, and so we call metaphysical the idea of like looking upon yourself and reflecting on yourself. What the hell am I, and why am I here, and what is the point of life, and all of that stuff. That's metaphysics. So, in case you were wondering what that meant, that's what it means. That's not important to the conversation. It was just that it was written on the image and it's the title of the thing, and I don't know if anybody was like, what does that even mean? So anyway, that's what it means. So I was having a conversation today with a very good friend of mine, Landon, who I forgot to tag on this. Oh well, sorry. And yes, he and I have conversations once a week on Fridays. We do like a mastermind thing, and we talk about life and business, and we're kind of like moving forward in our businesses together and using each other as springboards for ideas and stuff. So today I was talking with him about stuff, and just you may recall on Tuesday was election day here in the United States, and I was talking about that and how I was very psyched about it. And if you're not paying attention, they're about to announce that Joe Biden won the presidency, and I was really struggling with how to approach this as like a person in a group. Like 4 years ago, I wasn't big on like entrepreneurs and business people really spewing out like political stuff because why alienate like half the people who could possibly be clients and things. But I feel like as an artist and as somebody, like, I'm creating things for a reason, I was curious, like, why do I care so much, who wins and what it is. And this isn't about me imposing my opinions on you. It doesn't even matter what my opinion is. The video that I'm doing here is about why do I have this opinion, and why do I care, and why do I want to bring it into the work that I do. What should it be separate? Should it be? And here's what I came up with. So we were talking about this today, Landon and I, and I was trying to figure out, like, why do I really care? And a lot of times I think we care, and the reasons that we say we care about these things, if we do care, are usually three-dimensional reasons. Oh, well, healthcare and blah, 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 and we can't be racist, and we can't do this, and or we have to be that way, or we can't allow that, and all these things that are all three-dimensional things that we worry about. And then I remember, oh, but I'm this awake spiritual person, and I know that in reality we're all one, and like we're all this consciousness that's the universe, and we're all just the same consciousness, like, but from different perspectives, and we're all gonna croak one day and go back to that and have a good laugh about this. And then I'm like, so what's the point? Who cares? Right? Well, what's the difference at that point? And then I started comparing that logic to my art. Like, here I am, I'm starting this TV show. Quick recap: I used to make a TV show called Planet Bonehead. It was to teach kids about science and the environment, and then I realized that that doesn't matter. So that's what the show is about, and it's still used in schools, blah, 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 right? So it's great. And I love the show, and I wanted to keep making it, but I didn't want to make it about the environment anymore. So now I want to make it about teaching kids about art, and why it's important, and how there are careers in it, and why art through history, and all this stuff, right? So I want to, like, really build up art for kids. So that's what the show is about. And so then my 3D self comes up with all these reasons. Oh, well, because art teaches critical thinking, and art does this, and it'll solve problems, and we need this, and we need that, and all the same things. And then I remember, oh, wait, time out. I'm a god, and I'm a spirit, and I'm a five-dimensional being in physical form, and we all are, and we're all the same thing, and we're all source energy, and who cares? Why should I teach art to kids? And so I was struggling with this, and I was like, what's the point? Why do anything? So then our conversation today went to the thing I was saying about the roller coaster. I said this on a live the other day, where I was saying, well, if we assumed that, like, our 5D selves are like us going to an amusement park, and then suddenly we're playing this 3D game here on Earth, and the 3D game on Earth is kind of like going on the roller coaster, right? So we get on the roller coaster, and the roller coaster has ups and downs and twists and turns, and it sucks, but it's great. And and so we're just like we're not halfway through the roller coaster complaining to our congressman that the thing went up too high and down too fast. We don't do that. We just enjoy the roller coaster ride. And we don't wish that it was over so we could just go hang out in the parking lot, So does that make sense? I can't tell if that makes sense because I can't see any of your faces. But so then I was thinking about, well, what's the real reason then? Why do I care who wins this election, or in politics in general? And why do I care to teach kids anything, right? If and then here's what I came up with, and here's the gist of this video, is that this bigger version of me, I thought of it as a vision. Like it's not like I'm a consciousness. Here's what Landon said to me, is that in that realm we are consciousness, but we come here so that we can have consciousness and look back upon ourselves and like experience it. Because when you're consciousness and you're everything, you can't really experience anything. And in meditating and talking with my higher self, my inner being, I've come up with this idea in the past that it's like, well, it's great in source energy land, but you have everything, you can do everything, there's just only happiness, and it's like, so you can't really experience happiness if you can't experience anything else. And in other words, it's kind of like, well, it's boring. It's great when you have everything until suddenly you're just bored with it, so you want to like go and try to get things. And for me, it came down to this. I think of the bigger version of me, of you, of us, as the vision, and this 3D person of me, when I say I have a vision, what it is I'm catching glimpses of that bigger version of me. And the reason that I care about this or I care about that is because when I do, I am moving towards that vision, and that feels good. That feels like great. Oh man, I can teach them this, or I can vote for that, or I can do this, or I can talk about that, or I can whatever, And I think that especially politics starts to feel bad when suddenly now we're not focused on this vision version of me anymore. Suddenly we're going, I gotta fix this, And it's like, that's no fun anymore, because now we're just fighting and bickering and blah, 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 right? And then that's why people say, oh, I don't care about politics, I never vote and stuff. But that doesn't work for me, because then I'm like, but I do care. I care. And I struggle with that because I never understood, like, well, I care, and then I get into it, and then I'm in it, and then it sucks, and I'm like, I can't do this because I'm going to, right? So I stop doing that, and then I come out of it, and then I'm not paying attention, and then I'm like, but I care. And the same thing with, like, teaching kids or making my shows. It's like, why do I want to do this? And then if I'm trying to... It can't be that I want to fix a problem. It's that I want to move towards a vision. And when I figured that out, it was like when I stop moving and I'm not doing anything, then I feel squashed. I feel like there's no motion in my life, and then I'm not working towards anything that I came here to do. And I came here to have that movement toward the vision. And if I'm angsty and if I'm feeling like bickery, and it's because I'm focusing too much on fixing a problem here in the 3D instead of just moving toward a vision. And that doesn't feel good either, which is why I think, I got to get out of this. But getting out of it doesn't feel good, because then I'm stopped. I'm not moving toward the vision anymore. Happiness is when I just feel purposeful and I'm just moving toward that vision, and I'm not really trying to affect anything or make anybody do anything, but at least now I'm part of something, and I feel like my life has meaning. And that's why I care who wins the election, and that's why I'm making a TV show to teach kids about art. And I don't know how to explain it any better than that today, but maybe tomorrow I will. Anyway, I'm going to go to the comments now and say hi again. Let's see what we got. If you guys are still here. Mikey, Tony, Amy, Ray, Kirsten, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. How you doing? You're here. Amy, I'm calling the guests back. Cool. Thank you. Ray says 42. 42. What does 42 mean? I feel like I should know what that means. Kirsten, silly 3D Earth issues. Love that you are saying this. Cool. Yeah, it is. You know, I feel like sometimes then I go, oh, it's silly, and I shouldn't pay any attention to it, except then I'm just trying to be the 5D big version of me, and I didn't come here to be that, because I already was that. And I came here to be this so I could see that and move toward it. That's how I'm seeing it, right? It's like I'm this amazing God, right? And I'm just like, I'm everything, and I can't see anything because I'm everything. I can't experience anything. I can't feel anything because I'm everything. So I'm gonna make me, right? This 3D version of me, and I'm going to look back upon the bigger version of me, and my goal is just going to be to move toward it, because when I move toward it, it feels good. But then that version of me, the little me, meat suit me, gets all, oh, but this, and I got to fix this, and I got to fix that. None of that feels good. So then I think, well, then I shouldn't be working on this. I should just be that bigger thing again. But it's not about being it. It's about moving toward it. I've said this 10 times. Sorry. I'm going to stop repeating myself. I'm figuring it out. I've said this before. Daily Fuel is me figuring out my life in front of a live audience. So, Mikey, metanoia. Good one. That's a good one. Tony, maybe art is about really wanting to be seen and understood. I think so. I think that... I don't think that it's not a mistake. I don't think it's I don't know what the word. I wanted to say coincidence, but I don't like using that word. Anyway, I think that there's a reason that I'm an artist and not, say, an accountant. That I feel this way, and not that there's anything wrong with being an accountant. You could still be an accountant and be moving towards a vision. But for me, it was like actually, this is a good question, because, well, it was a statement. But Landon asked me something today in our conversation. He said, do you think that you, the big version of you, like, created the little version of you, or is it just like you stuck a finger in a glove and just see what you became, you know? And I don't know if that makes sense, but like, did I design the idea that I was going to be an artist, or did I just come here and my surroundings made me an artist? I guess that's a better way to say it, right? And I always felt that no matter who I am, one thing about me is that I'm creative, and that I need to sort of see things and project them, you know? And what the hell am I talking about? Maybe art is all about really wanting to be seen and understood. You sparked a thought, and now I forgot where I was going with it. I just think that I'm supposed to be creating things and project. This is what it was. I feel like I'm supposed to be creating things and projecting them outward. And I used to feel that I was supposed to be doing that to teach people a certain thing, to affect a certain outcome. And now I realize that I'm just doing it to do it, because when I do it, I'm creating it for me so that I can be moving toward that vision. I'm creating the vision so that I can see it with my 3D eyes and move toward it. Wow, thanks. Sorry, that probably made no sense to anybody else, but you helped me figure something out. So thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Kelly, the contrast problems creates the platform for more harmony. Ooh, that's a meta comment right there. The contrast creates the platforms for more harmony. Well, it does, right? I mean, that's like straight out of Abraham Hicks. You get to a new platform and suddenly you're like, oh, this is great. Except then you get, a bird poops on your head. And now you're like, oh, I got to do something about these birds. And no matter what you accomplish, no matter where you get to, there's going to be a new set of contrast for you to deal with. And I think that certainly freaks me out a lot, because then I think, oh, I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to make this show, and the thought of that, and the creation of it, and the build up to it, and the gearing up for it is totally moving toward my vision. But then I start in the tinkering part of it, and I get forget the vision for a second. I gotta fix this and I fix that, and the next thing you know, I'm off in the woods. It's weird. It's like you just go right off course because you take your eyes off the ball. Better to work towards doing joyous things and the need to share that joy with those that need it. Better to work towards doing joyous things and the needs to share that joy with those who need it. I'm gonna say yes to that. I feel like I'm going a mile a minute here that I can't read the comments, and wow, I'm buzzing today. Does it seem different today? I don't know. I feel a little bit different. Better to work towards doing joyous things and the need to share that joy with those that need it. Okay, that one's giving me pause because I think it's because and the need to share, because I want to read it as then. Better to work towards doing joyous things rather than sharing that joy with those who need it. I don't know which way you meant it, but I feel like I need to do what I'm doing for me, and I feel like I've always been trying to do it for somebody else. And then especially when it comes to like the politics stuff, I'd like kind of hide what I was thinking because it's like, oh well, I don't want to piss them off or annoy them, or they'll unfriend me, or 200 people in my Facebook group will just leave tomorrow because I said I like this candidate. You know what I mean? And it's like, so I'm not sure what you meant there, Amy, but that's what I meant. Amy, don't beat yourself up for caring. Just care and enjoy it. Okay, that's better. Thank you. I understand that. Kirsten, we are not just artists. We are creators. We take a vision and create through it. And we are divine. Just imagine what we are practicing for. Ooh, that's a cool thought, right? What are we practicing for? Oh, I like that. Thank you, Kirsten. Danielle says hi. Hi. How you doing? Ray, 42, the answer to life, the universe, and everything. The problem is the question. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not. I couldn't talk about it, but I think I know the topic and the context now. Thank you. Kelly, hey, you said hi before. I'm not saying hi to you again. I'll say hi again. Hi, Kelly. Art allows us to come up with out of the box, out of the norm, outside the program solutions. Can't fix a problem from within it. Art helps us see what's outside and around it. Better solutions that way. That's exactly why I wanted to change the TV show to be about art and not about the environment. When we started making the show, I loved the idea of the show, but there were other people involved, and we were trying to figure out like what should it be about, like what's the purpose of the show, and the environment was like the thing we could all agree on. I don't think that if it was just me at the time that I would have come up with that. It was somebody else's idea, and it had to be about something that we all wanted to make it about. Now those people are all gone, and it's just me, and I'm just like, why am I making a show about something that guy wanted to make it about? I want to make it about what I want to make it about. And it took me until I started doing this group to realize, like, how did I not know that it was art? And it's not just art. It's not like, oh, look at this painting or look at this sculpture and understand the intricacies and it's not the process of art. It's not how to paint or draw or dance or anything. It's the importance of it. It's why art is important to humans. Right? It's why it's important to our society. It's why the period of the Renaissance that was like a leap forward in technological advancement and human thought and the way we understood the universe was also the time of Da Vinci and Michelangelo. It's like, it's not a coincidence that those things were happening at the same time. Except now we're at a time where nobody wants to spend money on art or think about art, and we wonder why things feel stagnant in society, which is why I care about politics, because I want things to move forward toward a vision. Wow. Thanks. You guys are really helping me figure out my life. I thank you. It's so funny. Ray, you are a shark. Keep moving or it's over. Yeah. I have to keep moving or I can't breathe. Tony, to add to what I said earlier, art is to be seen and understood by ourselves as well. Yes. I feel like my art is for me. And if it helps somebody else, that's great. But I want to teach people through my shows about it for those reasons. But the bigger reason for me is that my vision is a world where people are already doing that, and I'm just moving toward that vision. And how can I get to that vision? Well, make it happen. Teach people about it, and then more people will know it, and you'll be closer to that vision. Yeah, that. I like that. Thanks. Ray, you make so much sense even when you don't make sense. Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thanks. Danielle, that was good. What are we practicing for? Yeah, that was good. Who said that? Kirsten said that? Yeah, what are we practicing for? What are we practicing for? That's like a whole nother daily fuel. I got to think about that. Jason, hey, Jason, what's up, buddy? Do you art to speak your view? Do you art like a verb? Do you make art to speak your view with the world and be open to share with others? Oh, I'm sorry. Do your art, not do you. Do your art. Okay, let me start over. I thought you were asking, do you art? It's do your art to speak your view with the world and be open to share with others. Expired to see the direction you are taking with your show. Inspired, you're inspired, not expired. You're not expired, not yet. You're a young man. You're inspired to see the direction I'm taking with my show. Thanks. Yeah, I am too. I'm actually like I have plans tomorrow to start creating the character puppets for the animation and stuff. I'm gonna share step by step with you guys what I'm doing and where it's going and stuff. The image that I shared in the group yesterday or the day before, that was the characters as they were, like a snapshot of them in the old show. I'm not going to be changing them dramatically, but I am going to be changing the drawings and the design of them a little bit to fit the new show. And so I'm going to be sharing that with you guys step by step. Creating our own worlds. Yeah. Right? The vision is the thing I'm moving toward. And from my perspective, I'm creating it by doing my art, doing my shows, creating the things, sharing my thoughts and knowledge with my audience. And that creates the world as I want it to be. I guess maybe that's why we're here. We want to create something worthy of ourselves, worthy of who we really are, and we want to craft it ourselves. And that's why I like being an artist, because it's like, to me it's almost not even a metaphor for that. It is that. It's almost like being an artist is like being God in physical form. Because we can make it. We can do that. That's why I call it our secret weapon. It's like we have this vision, and it's like other people have to dream it and articulate it in layman terms and stuff. But we can write it down. We can draw a picture of it. We can sculpt it. We can make all kinds of things. And even if nobody else understands what the heck is that, right? It doesn't matter, because we understand. Wow. This is a good one. Excited. Stupid autocorrect. Oh, excited. So not expired and not inspired. You're excited. That makes even more sense. Wow. All right, I'm done. That was the last comment. Whew. I need some wine. Hell yes, Bobby. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. You're on fire today. You know what? I'm going to tell you a secret. I like this because my original idea was to create daily fuels around things that I kind of knew how to talk about, and like I was like, here's 3 ways to do this, right? And that's what I was doing in my old group, and it was okay, but it was never this like I never was this I was never this vulnerable or open there. And I feel like you guys allow me to figure it out this way. And I'm trying to say thank you. Thank you for sticking around and doing that and allowing me to just ramble on my thoughts and figure this stuff out this way, because it's like I can take this and I can say it again next week and then it goes back and forth. Like I know you guys say like the things I say help you, but I can't tell you enough how allowing me to say it helps me. So thank you. Wow, a lot of comments. You're on fire today, Ray. You need a hug. I do need a hug. Thank you. Marsha, hey Marsha, how you doing? Before you can create art, spirit needs to be a part of your life. Before you can create art, spirit needs to be a part of your life. I need to practice kindness and caring before art comes to me. It's then visions come and guide me on the path I need to follow. Yeah, there's a guy in the group, Aid. I wish he was here today because I should have tagged him regardless. He just posted a couple hours ago that he's been having like creator's block, and asking the group like, what can I do about it? If anybody can go in the group and see that, and Marsha, you could copy paste that right in there, and I saw it and I wanted to think about what to say to him, and I saw it and like 4 or 5 people already started answering him, and I was just like, what an amazing group of people are here. Like so many Facebook groups, people will say a thing or ask a question, and it's like if the admin doesn't do it, nobody does it, and you guys just like step right up and handle things, and I really appreciate that too. But most importantly, I feel like you guys are there for each other. I've seen the conversations that you have together where you're propping each other up, and I try not to interject and be like, I'm the boss here. It's like, no, it's amazing to watch, and you guys really inspire me. So thank you for that. Kelly, he is a hug. I am a hug. I'm here, brother. Oh, I see you, Aid. There you go, bud. Read what Marsha said. Let me see. I'll get to you in a second. We are all hugs, Ray. All a piece of the big love puzzle. Plus, it's nice that we're all like spiritual artists because we can be sappy with each other, and it's cool. I like that. Kelly, Ray has been preaching this whole time. Yeah, Ray is awesome. I love Ray. I don't know where the group would be without you. I'm here, brother. Hey, Aid, how you doing, man? Yeah, if you haven't seen this one from the beginning, I feel like this one is a partial answer to your question. And just to talk about creative block, for me personally, I get creative block when I'm trying to figure out like a too small of a reason for doing what I do. Or for me especially, it's like suddenly now it's like I've got this great idea for a show. How can I make money with that? And then now I'm trying to reverse engineer a profitable business until what I'm left with is this weird mousetrap that does nothing, and I don't like it, and I don't want to do it, and I don't want to make this thing, and I'm stuck selling something to people that I don't want to work with, and I don't want to make the thing, and I'm just like, and I throw it all in the garbage, and I go like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And find your vision and just move towards that. And if the first few steps of moving toward that vision isn't making your music, then don't try to force the music. Let the music flow to you. If it's not flowing, you're blocking it somehow. And this is a whole another Daily Fuel, and I don't want to go on about it for an hour, but we can continue this conversation, Aid. It's not going to end today. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to forget, because I'm sure you're not the only one with creative block. Ray, I use words to figure myself out too, but I write notebooks by the ton and it works. That's really cool. I don't like writing in notebooks, but I have 3 whiteboards in my office, and I do what I call it a walking meditation. I start writing things on the boards, and then and I do it until I feel like this buzz. Like I'll start very, very generally, and then I'll get as specific as I can until I get like, how the hell am I gonna do that? And then once I get angsty, then I know I've gone too deep into the rabbit hole of 3D stuff. But like, that's my way of like writing things down. I'm standing up and I'm writing on whiteboards, and it works for me. And that's when the creative stuff starts flowing. Tony wrote a paragraph here. To the visionaries and poets, our mind is a canvas, our eyes the paint, our breath is the wind that blows softly past the tongue, which is the paintbrush that gently strokes the creation of our soul's perspective across the ears of others and into their souls. Wow, that was nice. I like that. I want to come back and read that again, but I'm gonna let that sit. I'm not gonna riff on that. I'm gonna let that sit as its own thing. That was nice. Thank you for that. Aid says properly amazing answers from the most amazingly inspirational people. We are all so special. Yeah, it, everybody here is special, and I'm like I've said before. I'm very appreciative for everybody here. This is beautiful, Tony. Yeah, it really is. And by the way, if you're watching this quietly, I'm talking to you too. You know, I know that there are some people who they comment every day, and then there's a lot of conversations going on. Ray was like, "Oh no, the numbers went down," and it was very interesting because I noticed. Somebody joined very recently and wrote a nice comment in my welcome video comment list. And then the next day, I noticed that she wasn't in the group anymore. And we happen to be Facebook friends also. So I just messaged her and I just said, "Oh, I noticed you left the group. I hope everything's okay. You know, sorry if it wasn't for you." And she said, "I really liked the art, but it was too chatty." I was like, okay, well, I can't do anything about that. You know, I don't know what kind of Facebook group it would be if people weren't talking to each other. And I was like, okay, well, you know, have a nice life. And so I thought that was kind of funny. But I do know that, you know, there are a handful of people that talk a lot in the group and there's a lot of things going on, but I know that for that many people there is a larger number of people who come here and are just quietly watching. And I just want to add that your energy is just as important because you're imposing your intention, and by looking at everybody's art and liking it, even if you don't hit the like button, you're still adding energy to it, because we don't really need that 3D energy. We need that 5D energy, and you're bringing that to the table. So when I say I appreciate everybody, I mean everybody, except that one guy, not him. Marsha, I find daily journaling helps, and I can always go back and go over my thoughts for that day. Yeah, that's nice about daily journaling. If I get a good whiteboard going, I take a picture of it, and then I never look at the picture again, but I know it's there in case I want to remember it. And my dad's here. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Dad. How you doing? And you got sound tonight, Robert? That's funny. Okay. Well, guys, I said thank you and goodbye a while ago, but then the comments picked up again. So, wow, this one has a lot of comments. Thank you so much, guys. All right, I'm really going now. Thanks very much. Have a wonderful night. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'm going to be doing a So-and-So is Awesome. I don't know who yet. A lot of people have made suggestions, and all the suggestions are on the list. And I'm going to get to all of them eventually, but I don't know who yet. I got to be inspired to do it. So I usually wait till Saturday morning, and I'm going, oh, I know who I want to talk about. So, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. And Aid is back commenting, replying to Robert, your son is a special person, seriously special. Oh, thanks. He knows that. Don't tell him that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow. Bye.